Hello everyone, welcome back to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This is episode 5 of the 2 over 1 series. This episode looks at no trump bids by the opener after a 2 over 1 game force bid. Let's jump straight in with an example. This is board T3. You are the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 14 high card points and 1 long point for a total of 15 points. Your only short suit is a doubleton, so your hand is balanced, and your only biddable suit is spades. You apply the rules for opening the bidding. You bid 1 spade. West passes, partner bids 2 diamonds, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid is a 2 over 1 game force. It shows 13 or more points and 4 or more diamonds. As you learned in episode 4, you first focus on the major suits. You can't have a fit with partner's major suit because they bid a minor suit. With only 3 hearts, you don't have a second biddable major. And your spade suit has only 5 cards, so you cannot rebid it. So, what do? There is nothing more you can do to seek a major suit contract. It's time to move on to your next option, a no-trump contract. The rule is quite simple. If you have a balanced hand, you should bid 2 no-trump. You do have a balanced hand, so you bid 2 no-trump. As you saw in episode 3, it is still possible that partner has 3 spades, giving the partnership a fit in spades. Let's continue the bidding. West passes, partner bids 3 no-trump, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid denies a fit with your spades. It shows a hand suitable for no-trump, but with less than 18 points. Partner has bid to game. With 14 high card points, your hand is close to minimum. You accept partner's decision and pass. And West passes to end the auction. You are playing a game contract of 3 no-trump. You should have an excellent chance of success. Now, let's look at a different board. This is board T20. You are the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 19 high card points and 1 long point for a total of 20 points. Your only short suit is a doubleton, so your hand is balanced. And your only biddable suit is spades. You apply the rules for opening the bidding. Your 19 high card points are too many for a 1 no-trump bid and too few for a 2 no-trump bid, so you bid 1 spade. And West passes. Partner bids 2 diamonds and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid is a 2 over 1 game force. It shows 13 or more points and 4 or more diamonds. You look for a major suit bid. The bidding sequence is the same as the previous board and your hand shape is identical. You cannot make a major suit bid. You bid 2 no-trump. West passes. Partner bids 3 no-trump. And East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. As you saw in the previous board, partner's bid denies a fit with your spades. It shows a hand suitable for no trump, but with less than 18 points. This time, your hand is far from a minimum. You have 20 points, so a slam is quite likely. In this situation, the 2/1 system requires you to bid for no trump. You have seen this bid before. In Standard, this is a game try in no trump. In 2/1, it has the same meaning but conveys more specific information. It tells partner that you have 18 or 19 high card points. Let's look at all the possibilities to see why this is the case. As you saw in board T3, below 15 high card points, you pass and play 3 no trump. And with 18 or 19 high card points, you should invite slam with a bid of 4 no trump. But what about other high card point values? Well, with 15 to 17 high card points, you shouldn't be in this situation. You should have opened 1 no trump. And with 20 to 21 high card points, you should have opened 2 no trump. The narrow point range of your 4 no trump bid is extremely powerful. The bidding continues with a pass by West. It's partner's turn to bid. Partner knows that you need a partnership total of 33 high card points for a slam in no trump. If partner has 15 or more high card points, then this requirement is met and partner will bid 6 no trump. With fewer high card points, partner will pass. Now, let's look at a slightly different situation. This is board T21. You are the dealer. Here is your hand. Your hand is almost the same as the previous board. However, this time you have the Queen of Diamonds instead of the King. This causes a small change in the value of your hand. You now have 18 high card points and 1 long point for a total of 19 points. Bidding proceeds exactly as it did for the previous board. You open 1 spade. West passes, partner bids 2 diamonds, and East passes. You bid 2 no trump. West passes, partner bids 3 no trump, and East passes. Just as you did in the previous board, you could now bid 4 no trump. But this hand is different from the previous board, and there is a danger with this bid. Let's focus on the diamond suit. Your highest diamond is the Queen. If the opposition hold both the Ace and King, a slam contract could be defeated immediately. You have seen this situation before, and you have seen the solution. Before committing to a slam, you need first or second round control of every suit. You do not have this in diamonds. So, just as you saw in episode 4 of the extension series, you need to see if partner has the missing control. You do this with Italian control bids. You make the cheapest bid possible in a suit in which you have first or second round control. You have the King of Clubs, so you bid 4 clubs. This tells partner 3 things. First, because you bid beyond 3 no trump, you must have 18 to 19 high card points. Second, because you did not bid 4 no trump, you must be missing control of at least 1 suit. And third, you do have a club control. The bidding continues with a pass from West. Just as you saw in the previous board, partner needs 15 or more high card points for a slam contract to be viable. With less than 15 high card points, partner will bid for no trump. But with 15 or more high card points, partner will continue the Italian control bid sequence. In this case, partner has 15 or more high card points and a control in diamonds. Partner bids 4 diamonds, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You know that the partnership has enough points for a slam contract. You also know that partner has the control you were missing. You bid 6 no trump. The use of Italian control bids in this way is not a standard part of the 2/1 system. You need to make sure that partner understands your suit bid at the 4 level. However, the ability of Italian control bids to prevent a bad slam contract is undeniable. I encourage you to use them in this situation as soon as you and partner are ready to do so. Before I conclude this video, there are 2 important points that I would like to make sure you understand. Here is the first point. Consider the situation where opener rebids 2 no trump and responder bids 3 no trump. Because the agreed strain is no trump, if opener makes any bid beyond 3 no trump, it shows 18 or 19 high card points. If that bid by opener is 4 no trump, it guarantees first or second round control in every suit. But if the bid is 4 of a suit, it is the start of an Italian control bid sequence. It indicates that opener is missing control of at least 1 suit. Responder must have 15 or more high card points to continue the Italian control bid sequence. With less, responder must bid 4 no trump. Here is the second point. When the opener rebids 2 no trump and responder then bids 3 no trump, a subsequent bid of 4 clubs by opener is not Gerber. As you saw in the last board, it is an Italian control bid, showing first or second round control of clubs. Indeed, Gerber is not needed. The purpose of Gerber is to ensure you don't bid a slam while missing 2 aces. But in the system discussed here, if you bid a slam, you will have at least 33 high card points. This leaves at most 7 high card points in your opponent's hands. This is not enough for 2 aces, so you cannot be missing 2 aces. You don't need Gerber and can use 4 clubs as an Italian control bid. This video looked at no trump rebids by opener after a 2/1 game force. This included bidding continuations that use 4 no trump as a slam try and Italian control bids to avoid bad slams. The next episode will continue this topic by looking at more rebids by opener. Thanks for watching. If you found the video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.